Look, good morning to all your listeners. And yeah, look, it's been a tough week on man and beast this week from a grazing point of view. Look at frequent and heavy showers. We call them more than showers. There seem to be downpours. They're making conditions very, very challenging on farms, even on dry farms throughout the country, but in particular those on heavier soils, and in those in areas with higher rainfall. Very, very difficult. So really and truly, kind of, I suppose, James, quickly from that point of view, we come back to the three levels, the three priorities for this week from a grazing point of view, and for making decisions this week. And I suppose the first one is always to feed the animals sufficiently in a week like this. The second one then is to avoid damage as best as we can. And the third one then is to achieve the residuals, so look at get our animals fed right this week, avoid major damage if we can, to look for particularly dry areas of the farm. We might have a lot of the drier areas nearly taken out at this stage after the last few days, but avoiding damage if we can at all. And then we can worry about the residuals later on, so it's not as important. Just kind of one thing there on that as well is that, and we'll get to it just on the pasture-based figures there in a minute, but try and stick to the pre-grazing yields maybe a little bit lower, maybe 1300, 1400, so that animals aren't having to walk having to work that hard. And just quickly coming back to the pasture-based figures there for the week, skating through them very, very fast. The average farm cover 754. Growth are still strong, but at 65, the cover per livestock unit at 196. But what I'm noticing there as well, James, the pre-grazing yield is after sneaking up to 1650 there. And the cover per livestock unit at 196. So just linking in there with that point that we mentioned a bit already. Things are difficult on farms. Farmers are busy, and with the strong growth that has been for the last week and strong growth that's predicted into next week, temperatures are fairly high still. At the same time, it's quite muggy at times. To move on and try and get into those paddocks a little bit earlier, maybe 1400, get back to the 1400, and then look at, if conditions allow at the weekend, there seems to be a bit of a break in the weather, that there could be a smash and grab on a paddock or two for bailing out, if needs be. But that's looking from a simplicity point of view, it's get the animals fed this week and avoid damage if at all possible.